Here's something most travel videos won't tell you about the Eden Roc Resort Hotel and Villas in Rhodes. If you book directly through their website instead of using Booking.com, you're looking at saving anywhere from 10 to 15% on your total stay, and you'll often get bumped up to better room categories when availability allows. That's real money back in your pocket for souvlaki and ouzo. We're talking about potentially a couple €100 on a week-long family trip. Now that we've covered how to actually afford this place, let's dive into whether it's worth your time and money. The Eden Roc sits on the northeastern coast of Rhodes in Kolymbia, about 25 kilometers from Rhodes town. It's a sprawling beachfront resort that's been around since 1971, though you wouldn't know it from looking at the place now. The property went through a massive renovation in 2022 and 2023, which basically brought everything into the modern era. We're talking about 373 rooms and villas spread across gardens that look like someone's been watering them obsessively for decades, which they probably have. Starting with the superior rooms, these are your entry-level option at 28 square meters. Think of them as the reliable Honda Civic of hotel rooms. They get the job done without any fuss. You've got either a king bed or twins, a seating area that's actually usable, not just decorative, and a marble bathroom with a rain shower that has decent water pressure. The balconies come with hammocks, which is a nice touch because sometimes after a day of exploring ancient ruins, you just want to swing gently while pretending to read a book. The views are either garden or partial sea, and honestly the partial sea views are a bit of a stretch. You might see a sliver of blue if you lean out far enough and squint. But the rooms are bright, done up in blues and whites that scream Greek island without being tacky about it, and they've got all the basics. Air conditioning that actually works, free Wi-Fi, satellite TV, minibar that's stocked if you're on the all-inclusive plan, and a safe for your passport and that emergency cash you brought. Maximum occupancy is 3 people with an extra bed, which means it works for a couple with 1 kid or 2 friends who don't mind sharing space. Moving up to the deluxe rooms at 32 square meters, you're getting a noticeable upgrade in both space and amenities. These rooms have a separate living area, which sounds small but makes a huge difference when you're traveling with family and someone wants to watch TV while someone else wants to sleep. The bathrooms are bigger with both a walk-in shower and a tub, which is clutch if you've got little kids who need baths or if you're the kind of person who likes a long soak after a beach day. You also get an espresso machine, which might seem minor until you're jet-lagged and desperate for decent coffee at 6 in the morning. The views here are either sea or pool facing, and the pool views are actually pretty spectacular because you're looking down at the infinity pool that seems to merge with the Aegean. These rooms can fit up to 4 people comfortably, and they come with plush robes and slippers that you'll be tempted to accidentally pack in your suitcase. The vibe is more upscale without being stuffy, and the post-renovation finishes mean everything feels crisp and new rather than worn down by thousands of previous guests. The family suites are where things get interesting if you're traveling with kids or need serious space. At 45 square meters, you're looking at 2 bedrooms, a sofa bed in the living area, and 2 full bathrooms. This is key because nobody wants to share 1 bathroom with 3 kids in the morning. There's also a kitchenette, which is perfect for those moments when your kid decides they'll only eat cereal and nothing else, or when you just want to make coffee without leaving the room. Sometimes you just want to eat cereal in your pajamas without judgment, and that kitchenette makes it possible. The suites come with an Xbox for kids, which is either a brilliant babysitting tool or a recipe for screen time battles, depending on your parenting philosophy. The garden or pool views from these suites are solid, and the terrace is big enough for the whole family to hang out without feeling cramped. Maximum occupancy is 5 people, and honestly, it's one of the better family room setups on the island because it actually feels like a space designed for families rather than just a regular room with extra beds shoved in. Then there are the villas, which range from 60 to 120 square meters and are basically a different experience altogether. These come with private pools or jacuzzis, outdoor dining areas, and direct sea views that are legitimately stunning. You can fit 6 to 8 people, which makes them perfect for extended families or groups of friends who want to vacation together without actually being on top of each other. The villas have full kitchens, multiple bedrooms and bathrooms, and you can even arrange for chef service if you want someone to come cook for you. The design mimics traditional whitewashed Cycladic architecture, all curves and bright white walls that reflect the sun, with pops of blue that match the sea. Watching the sunset from your private pool with a glass of wine while the kids splash around is pretty much the Greek island dream, and the villas deliver on that fantasy. They are pricey obviously, but when you break down the cost per person and factor in the space and amenities, they start to make sense for bigger groups. Pricing across all room types fluctuates pretty wildly depending on when you go. Low season, which runs from October through May, you're looking at 150 to 300 euros per night. Peak season from June through September jumps to 300 to 600 euros per night, and those rates are for all-inclusive, per room with double occupancy. The villas obviously cost more, sometimes significantly more during peak summer weeks. Let's talk food because the all-inclusive setup here covers quite a bit. The main buffet restaurant called Eden is your standard international buffet operation, but it's better than most. Breakfast spreads include everything from Greek yogurt with honey and walnuts to made-to-order omelets, fresh fruit, pastries, and surprisingly good coffee. Lunch and dinner get themed nights, Italian Mondays, Mexican Wednesdays, that kind of thing. The Greek nights are worth showing up for because they bring out whole roasted lamb, fresh seafood grilled with lemon and oregano, spanakopita pita that's actually flaky and not soggy, and mountains of Greek salad with tomatoes that actually taste like tomatoes. The buffet seats about 400 people, so during peak season it can feel a bit like a cafeteria, but the ocean views from the dining room help. Smart casual dress code, which basically means no swimsuits but also no need for fancy clothes. The buffet runs from 7 in the morning until 11 at night, which is clutch if you've got kids on weird eating schedules or if you just want a late night snack. Il Gusto is the Italian restaurant, and it's where you want to make reservations early in your stay. They do authentic Italian food, and by authentic I mean the pasta is made fresh daily and the pizza comes out of a wood-fired oven with that perfect char on the crust that you can't get from a regular oven. The carbonara is creamy without being heavy, the margherita pizza has that ideal ratio of sauce to cheese to basil, and the tiramisu is the kind that makes you understand why people get emotional about Italian desserts. The restaurant seats about 80 people, so it books up fast, especially during summer. Dinner only 7 to 11 p.m. and the dress code is elegant casual, which means you should probably change out of your beach clothes but don't need to wear a suit. They also do wine pairings if you're into that, and the staff actually knows their stuff rather than just reading off a script. Zorba's Tavern is the Greek and Mediterranean spot, and it's got the most character of all the restaurants. It's set under olive trees with rustic wooden tables, and on Friday nights they have live Greek music that ranges from traditional to tourist-friendly hits. The grilled octopus comes out tender with a smoky char and a drizzle of olive oil and lemon that's simple but perfect. The moussaka is layered properly with eggplant that's not mushy, a rich meat sauce that's been simmering for hours, and a bechamel topping that's creamy and slightly browned. The baklava for dessert is sticky and sweet with layers of filo so thin you can practically see through them, drenched in honey syrup and topped with crushed pistachios. This place seats about 100, and while reservations are advised, they're not always required like at Il Gusto. Open for both lunch and dinner from noon to 11 p.m., casual dress code where swimwear is fine if you throw a cover-up over it. The beach bar is your all-day casual option right by the pool and sand. Gyros here are solid with meat that's been rotating on a spit for hours until it's crispy on the outside, wrapped in warm pita with tzatziki, tomatoes, onions, and fries stuffed right inside because that's how the Greeks do it. The cocktail menu is extensive, ranging from classic mojitos to Greek-inspired drinks with mastiha liqueur. They also serve ice cream throughout the day, which is crucial when you've got kids who need constant bribing. Seats about 150, open from 10 in the morning until midnight, and swimwear is totally acceptable. On weekends, they sometimes have a DJ at sunset, which creates a fun vibe without being clubby or obnoxious. The piano bar is the evening spot for adults who want a quieter atmosphere. It's open from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m., serving finger foods like spanakopita pita triangles, stuffed grape leaves, and cheese platters alongside premium spirits and cocktails. There's live piano music most nights, and occasionally they do karaoke nights if you're into that or want to watch other people embarrass themselves. Smart casual dress code seats about 60 and no reservations needed. It's cozy without being cramped, and it's a nice option if you want a drink after the kids are asleep and you've handed them off to the babysitting service. The pool situation here is genuinely one of the property's best features. The main infinity pool is 500 square meters and 1.5 meters deep throughout, which means it's swimmable for adults but also safe for kids who can touch the bottom. The infinity edge overlooks the Aegean, and the visual effect of the pool water blending into the sea is exactly as Instagram-worthy as you're imagining. There's a swim-up bar built into the pool, so you can order drinks without getting out of the water, which is either brilliantly convenient or encourages day drinking, depending on your perspective. The pool is open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. seasonally from May through October, and towels are provided with service included, so you don't need to bring your own or worry about towel deposits. Loungers around this pool do get claimed early during peak season, so if you're particular about getting a specific spot, you might need to head down by 8 or 9 in the morning. Not quite the 7M towel wars you see at some resorts, but still competitive. The family pool has a dedicated kids section that's shallower, plus water slides that are big enough to be fun but not so intense that they're scary for younger children. This pool is where you'll find most of the families during the day, and it gets loud and chaotic in the best possible way if you've got kids who want to play with other kids. If you're looking for peace and quiet, this is not your pool. The adults-only quiet pool is smaller and tucked away in a corner of the property, and it's exactly what it sounds like. No kids allowed, lower music volume, and a generally more relaxed vibe. It's perfect for couples or solo travelers who want to read a book without getting splashed or listening to children shriek. The beach is private, stretching about 300 meters along the coast, and it's a mix of sand and pebbles. The water is swimmable, though it can get a bit rocky underfoot, so water shoes aren't a bad idea if you've got sensitive feet. The Aegean here is typically calm in the mornings and can get choppier in the afternoons when the wind picks up, which is normal for this part of Rhodes. Suns and umbrellas are free for guests, and there are enough of them that you can usually find a spot even during busy periods, though again, prime beachfront spots go early. There's beach bar service, so you can order drinks and snacks without leaving your lounger. Water sports are available for an extra fee, including kayaks, pedalos, and windsurfing. No lifeguards are posted, which is worth noting if you've got kids who aren't strong swimmers. Activities-wise, the resort keeps things pretty active if you want to participate. There's a full schedule of daily activities ranging from water aerobics in the pool to beach volleyball tournaments to Greek language lessons for guests who want to learn basic phrases. The activities team is enthusiastic without being aggressively in your face about participation, which is a nice balance. You can join in or ignore them completely without feeling pressured. Evening entertainment happens in the amphitheater and includes live music several nights a week, traditional Greek dance performances where they'll pull audience members up to participate, and occasional fire shows that are cheesy but fun. The entertainment is family-friendly and tends to wrap up by 10 or 11 p.m., so it's not keeping anyone awake who wants to sleep. For people who want more action, Rhodes Town is 25 kilometers away with nightlife and bars, but the resort itself is more about relaxed evenings than partying until dawn. For checking booking availability and prices at your desired dates, you can use the link in description. I hope this video was helpful. Give it thumbs up. Subscribe for more travel-related content. If you are not ready to book this hotel, you can watch our best hotels playlist and choose the best one for you. Thanks for watching.